So we know that I usually get body composition tested, but I am testing a new method today, and we're going to be doing calipers and skin folds. I am with Dr. Mauricio Bússoli from FitnessPlaya, and he is an anthropometrist, make sure I say that correctly, and basically we're going to be doing a little bit more body testing, so super excited to see what happens, and I'm going to video the entire session and give you more details, so enjoy the video.
Caliper that I use, the Harpenden caliper, is one of the best, or maybe is the best caliper to use to measure.
Very excited.
We use it to scientific test. The proper tape to take the perimeter, the looking tape, and the other calipers is used to measure the bones, the pachymeter, and this other is the big caliper to take the big diameter, like a biacromial of the thorax or pelvis diameter.
That one, this giant one, that's going to measure my biceps because I'm so strong. So right now, what exactly are you doing? You're obviously measuring all the points. Tattoos. We're just drawing.
Yeah. At the start, the landmark is I find the site when you have that cruise. It's a place where I will take your skin folds.
The skin folds. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the
all
process
of these
is the process is find the right place, like acromion, humeral head,
okay.
and I measure between here, and I find the middle part is my reference to take
to know where
the
to
bicep
take
skin fold and the tricep skin fold.
Okay.
Because.
Okay. So all you're doing right now is finding the places where the skin fold is going to be.
But now I start. But in the middle I take one perimeter of your bicep or your forearm. It's an arm, forearm, and arm in contraction. And now I'm starting with your bones.
Okay.
This is the biacromial, because this bone is acromion.
Okay.
The anterior, posterior. And now we go to the transverse.
So basically, just to do a recap of everything that's going on that you're watching right now, the doctor is actually taking the precise locations of where he's going to be testing my skin fold. He's doing circumference measurements. Oh yeah, there's a little flex in there. And then what he's basically doing is taking points of where my bones are, and then he's measuring the very middle so that every time we do measure following this appointment, it's going to be absolutely exact for my body. So there's 5 points that he's taking for skin fold, and then he's also doing, I guess, bone measurements, more so in terms of my shoulder width, how I guess deep my body is, for lack of a better term. And yeah, taking hip measurements here, elbow joints, just basically measuring all my limbs and everything. So yeah, getting the middle points of everything so that we can track consistency, and then using the calipers for skin folds. Now he's measuring everything twice for the skin folds just to make sure that we are accurate and there are no variables. So we're just making sure that we have consistency going on. Taking my little hip measurements or my waist measurements, which is super small. I've learned that my body fat on my upper body is basically minimal or non-existent. The places where I do carry my body fat are a little bit in my hips and more so in my legs. So the lower part of my body is basically where I carry most of my body fat. Again, yes, it is low, but that is where I do carry most of it. Taking chest measurements, A little bit more skin fold. He did 2 extra sites, including my biceps and triceps, just so we can use other calculations as well. But mostly just the 5 points is the consistency that we did. And all my little tattoos. And then we took height and weight measurements as well, again, just for variables and consistency.
This is the skin fold that we take. Skin fold, this is usually about your fat. This is diameter, this is just your bones, and the perimeter is, when I take the perimeter, I measure the bones, measure the muscle, more the fat. Adipose, the fat, adipose tissue,
Okay.
is 11.6 and is 22.30, like 22.4,
Okay.
the percentage.
And that's my body fat.
It's not your body fat, it's your
Okay.
tissue, fat tissue.
Okay.
The muscle are 37.9 is 48.
Okay.
48%, and it's not your fat-free mass, it's just the muscle.
So this is,
Kilograms.
okay, back to the fat. What's the difference between fat tissue and fat? So the question that I asked him here was what the difference was when we measured the adipose, so basically the fat tissue, versus just body fat, which is what I did in bod pod composition. Now, he's doing a little diagram of explaining the entire cell of the fat, so the adipose that we measure. So it's everything like inside the nucleus and the membrane, and that includes also like the water as well. So we're including the entire fat cell, not just the pure body fat, if that makes any sense. That's like the super simple version. So it's a total number, it's not the exact number. And again, everything that we take in here, there are going to be some variables. So just taking into consideration all the factors, and as long as we can track this, and what we will be doing is tracking this on a monthly basis so that we can see progress as we go.
This is the 5 component because I measure the adipose tissue, the muscle tissue, the bone tissue, and the residual mass is like your viscera and your organs,
Okay.
and the mass of your skin.
Okay.
When you measure just the body fat, you're measuring this,
Just those cells.
just this.
Okay.
What matters for me, and in the case of the skin fold,
Yes.
because you say, in
Okay.
your case, you're really low, 30.
Good or bad?
Really low. It's good. It's
Okay.
good, but it's low. It's so difficult to go lower than this.
Okay.
This is the lower limit to healthy.
Okay.
So you are healthy, but less of this could be so low.
Then this would be common for athletes?
In CrossFitters, in professional CrossFitter in Argentina, is the media is 17. And the other number that is important is this, the muscle bone index.
Okay.
And this is 3.3. And it's not so low, but could be more for you. Skeleton is
More muscle.
need more muscle.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm trying.
Yeah, but I told you something about that I can't say right now.
Okay.
And you told me before about that you can up your muscle
Yes.
because you up your fat.
So
you should up your fat.
I have to up my fat in order
Yeah,
to
I can.
up my
And now
muscle.
I tell you something that maybe you like, or maybe yes.
I need to hear it.
Yeah.
I need to gain fat.
You need to gain
I know,
fat to
I
gain
know.
muscle.
Yes.
Because how is so low your fat,
Yes.
the first thing that your body going to do is gain fat, because this is in the down the
Yes, and I'm at the
limit.
bottom.
It's not possible. You have to up your fat, and where establish that, the body start to gain muscle.
Okay. Let's find some good lighting. So if I want to put on muscle, I have to start gaining body fat, which
Yeah.
is going to be super fun for me. And I need to
Maybe
put on...
with 2 could be good, but at least 2 kilograms of fat to start to gain muscle.
I have to put on like 5 pounds of body fat in order to start gaining muscle. So more tacos, I think, is the answer.
No, we have here the mesomorph. Is a balance between the endomorph and the ectomorph. The ectomorph is who have more bones and large bones.
Okay.
The endomorph it have
Thick.
more fat and more bones with big size bones.
Okay.
And the mesomorph have a balance between it and more muscle desarrollo, no?
Okay.
So you're here.
Yes. No fat, no muscle.
No fat, no muscle. You see, it's not muscle. You have muscle.
I have nothing.
You have muscle that work really well.
Okay.
But what could be good that you start to move.
It can move though.
You can move here.
Okay.
For sure.
That number will stay the same, but the percent will change.
Yeah.
Because it's in relation.
In the way you up your weight,
yes.
the
Then
percentage
percent
will change. But
yes.
if you do here, you up 1 kilogram of fat and 1 kilogram of muscle, that could be a good thing.
Okay. So if I gain weight, this number will go down in percent because those are going up. Okay.
Yeah, it start to go. Yeah.
Good.
The weight of your bone will be less of the percentage of your body mass.
Okay. And that is why I talk about why percentages don't matter, especially when we're talking about body fat, because it can be inaccurate and it's all in relation to your total body weight. Tidbit.
That's so true.
So true.
A skin fall of hair.
Okay.
The result is 8, and you can see 30 the skin folds.
That's my skin fold in millimeters.
Yeah.
And then 8.24% body fat.
And in the other that could make it in Scotia, we using 4 skin fold is 13.1%.
Now, which is more accurate? Do you take the middle of the two?
For 2 component, it's more accurate this, because what make it with a student of physical education.
Okay, so based on an athlete? So this is a comparison chart of different fat calculation formulas.
Based in the skin fold.
Sorry, skin fold.
Yeah, and all is based in the skin fold, and the result are we can see that it's so different. Maybe the more accurate for hair could be of 2 of these, Lewin and Coles and Durnin and Wormsley. And you could be 2. So that was basically a recap of my first anthropology testing. Super cool. Learned a lot. Learned that I basically need to gain fat in order to gain muscle. Learned kind of where my fat mass is on my body, and I guess how my skin folds are. So the cool thing is we're going to be testing every month for the next few months, and hopefully this will help me improve my strength when I do my powerlifting competition in December. So we're just printing off some results, and basically that is a wrap of my testing. So if you are interested, I'm going to post the contact information below. That's popping up right here if you do want to get your body composition tested at FitnessPlaya, obviously in Playa del Carmen. And yeah, so we'll talk to you later. Hasta luego.